Hello, my name is Indy and today I'm here with a book tag because this one sounds amazing, and that is the My Intimidating TBR book tag. This tag was created by Lindsey Ray on BookTube, and I haven't been tagged by anyone to do this, but it sounds like a great way to get out my feelings of books that I haven't read and probably make myself feel worse. Anyway, let's get on with the question. Question 1 is a book you have been unable to finish. I don't really have an answer for this one. Like, sure, I've started a few books here and there and I've put them down, but that was only because I read like a couple pages and was like, nah, not at the moment. But I haven't started a book like halfway through and then just quit. Usually if I don't like it, I just power on. I'm just like, yep, I hate this, let's just power on. Finish that book, whether it's good or bad. Question 2 is, what is a book you have yet to read because you just don't have the time? That book would probably be part of the series, if not the series of the Outlander series, and specifically Voyager, because they're such massive books and there's so many in the series and I always read one a year. I've been putting it off because I feel like I just read this in 1 month and that's it, and I don't like just reading the one book for the whole month. I like to try and read my 3 books, which is always my goal per month. So I've been putting them off because I don't want to get behind my reading challenge, so that's sort of been it, and also because the TV show is coming back and I don't want to get confused. But as of this moment, I have been starting a audiobook version of this, so I've started doing something about it, but also I need an answer for this question. Question 3 is a book you haven't started yet because it is a sequel. Recently, I have hauled this book in my March book haul, and that is The Ask and the Answer by Patrick Ness, and this is a sequel to The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, and basically it's a new book, it's a sequel, but I cannot read it yet because I haven't read the first one, so that's pretty much it, and it's sad because it's a new book, and like, who doesn't want to read the new books that they get? Question 4 is a book you have not read yet because it is recently new, and probably the closest one that I have to this one is A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. This came out in the last month or two, and I recently just read A Darker Shade of Magic at the end of last year, so I definitely should hop on this bandwagon while it's still fresh in my mind of reading the first book. But you know, I only just got it and I recently had it in my book haul. Yeah, I should probably really get on that because I'm gonna forget the story and then it's just gonna be too late. Question 5 is a book you have not read yet because you have read another book by the author and you didn't enjoy it. And for this one, I will have to choose a Colleen Hoover book. This is probably one of them. Well, this is one of them. I just chose one of them because basically all of the Colleen Hoover books, I really enjoyed her Slam series and Ugly Love, but I recently read Maybe Someday and I really didn't enjoy it, so it's making me a little conflicted about reading the other 3 or 4 books that I have of hers. Oh hey, there's eyes on this, wouldn't you know? Question 6 is a book you have not read yet because you're not in the mood for it. Generally, I'm not a contemporary person. I'm never really in the mood for contemporary. I only read a couple a year. It's just not my thing. But a series specifically, I would have to choose The Legend series by Marie Lu. I have all 3 in the nice hardcovers that they are. I'm still not over the whole phase of dystopian society, corrupt government sort of thing. Even though that was like a big problem about 2 or 3 years ago now, I still don't really have the drive to read this series because I know it's gonna be really YA and it's just gonna be like all the other books. I think that the romance will be rather tame, and it's gonna be this one character is gonna save everyone, or these couple of characters, this whole band of people are gonna come together and save the world, and the government is gonna die, and I don't know, it's just not sure. It's just, I can feel already what it's gonna be like because I've read quite a few dystopian series. I just don't know how I feel about wanting to read this one. Maybe one day, but definitely not at the moment. I'm still not feeling it. Question 7 is a book you have not read yet because it's humongous. And for this one, it is My Ghost Stories Bind-Up, 100 short ghost stories by 100 authors basically, and I really want to read this. It's humongous, as I've said. It's almost 800 pages. And they're just short stories. I'm feeling really intimidated to read this one because I don't know how to go about it. I want to start reading it, but like, they're just short stories, so do I just read like a short story a day, or do I just like power on through and read all of them at once? I just don't know how I feel about it, and it's really huge, so it's freaking me out a little bit because I just don't know how to go about reading this one. So question 8 is a book you bought because the cover is stunning but it has really bad reviews and you're not sure about reading it. For this one, I don't really think I have any. All the books that I've read that have stunning covers that I've bought because they're stunning covers is because people have said they're really good books too. I don't think I've accidentally bought any that are like beautiful covers and the story is not very good. So I'm gonna pick a book that I read and I bought basically because of the cover and mildly the story, but it was not a great story. And for this one, I'm choosing Plus One by Elizabeth Fammer. The cover is goddamn beautiful. If you can't see that, then like, I don't know where you're looking. But the story was not that great. I read it during Booktubeathon last year and it just sort of didn't really go anywhere. The society was cool. There were people that were nighttime dwellers and daytime and they would work on opposite hours of the day. But the story just didn't really have any substance for me and it just sort of went nowhere and I didn't really like the ending too much. Question 9 is a book you have not read yet because it is the most intimidating book on your TBR. I have a lot for this one. Obviously, I want to read a lot of series and I'm feeling a bit stressed about reading a few of them because I really want them to be great. There's a few books here and there, but probably the one scared to read because of a few circumstances is Empire of Storms by Sarah J Maas. This is the 5th book in the Throne of Glass series, which I absolutely love. It's one of my favorite series, if not like the top-ish, I can never decide if it's my top favorite or not. I always get scared to read Sarah J Maas books because I can't really remember what happens between each because so much happens in the one book. And I just get so nervous because I'm like, am I gonna remember? And then I don't really want to reread the book before because they're just massive books. So I always get really scared that when I'm reading it, I'm not going to remember details and I'm not going to enjoy it. This happened to me with Queen of Shadows a bit because I didn't reread Heir of Fire before and then I got to Queen of Shadows months and months later after I'd read Throne of Glass to Heir of Fire and the novellas and I just couldn't really remember things and I didn't enjoy it as much because of that. So I'm very intimidated to read Empire of Storms for those reasons. Alright, question 10 is who do you tag? And I am tagging the lovely ladies over at Don't Stop Reading and Positive Writer. So I hope you guys will do the tag and you will enjoy it as much as I did. It was great to talk about books that we're intimidated by. Do you know if this tag's gonna make me read any of these books any faster? Probably not. They'll just remain to intimidate me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Question 1 is what book have you been unable to finish? A Gathering of Shadows. I was about to say A Dark Shade of Magic. Woo, that was close. March or February or March? I don't even know. Let's have a look. Cool, I love that it doesn't say. Recently just read So, yep. The next question, I don't know what that is. Question